All right, so my battery died last night. And so obviously I wasn't able to film it, but it's the next day, I don't know, on working on this electric fence. And to be fair, it's only been an hour or two at night because we don't have any
light.
We don't have any light after we get off of work and everything. So we found out yesterday that so with all of our lines connected, we ran a new line that we knew was good, and we got the 7,000 volts all the way at the very end. So that was an improvement. So we disconnected the second old line and we tested that, and it was good. So we're making our way down the different lines, different electric fence lines, polywire, and we are now about to connect what we believe are two good known wires together to see if we can get 7,000, another 1,000 feet or so. So that's what we're off to do. And then we're gonna get the cattle off the field, and then we got to go to the part station so we can see if we can get the flap that you all saw in the other video, or maybe you haven't seen it yet because it didn't come out, but we'll get the flap that's at the bottom of the pivot that diverts the water between the side roll and the pivot. We'll get that on order because I'm a little concerned about parts being, you know, not available or whatever, so I want to get that going. And my cows, I guess, I mean, I guess these are my calves today because they're all sitting in the corral, gathered and ready to go. This is probably about half of them. So we got about another 40 to go get. So that's all good news. Appreciate it when they do that. All right, let's go get our splice figured out and go from there. Yeah, I suppose we can go close them up. So here's the individual strands on the polywire. This is a 6-string polywire, and I don't know if I've explained this or not, but there's rope and then the strands tie up together on it, and there's, I think, 4, 6 are the options, and so each one of these little guys is the conductor that the electricity travels down. So what I was doing before is I was taking this strand and tying them together and doing that for all 6 of them. And I was reading last night that you can actually just tie them together like this, and then I'm going to tie these together, and then you can just tie them together like so. So I'm going to try that. I think that'll be a little bit easier. The other thing that I did is I created a knot here to tie them together. The recommendation is you actually burn these ends to make this one wire, but couple things. One, it's not something I want to do right now while I'm troubleshooting, and second, I don't need over 2,000 feet or 3,000 feet of polywire because this will be the longest I'd ever need, and this is going to be a pretty rare case where I need this much. So I'm just going to tie a knot here. It'll do what I need to do, and then to make this the electrical connection, we'll tie these guys together, and then we're going to go test it. All right, so I just wrapped these guys together, and then I'm just going to tie them together like this, and we'll see if that does what we need. It's definitely a lot easier than what I was doing before. So that's what they recommend, is just something like that, where we got all the wires touching here, all the wires touching there. We should be in pretty good shape. Get rid of that if I can. Nope. Okay. So we need to untangle the older wire, which Chelsea's doing now, and then we will flip it on, and hopefully on this new wire we will have the 7,000 volts that we need. and that will keep Chelsea's bad calves off the field and turn them back into my good calves. So when the calves are bad, those are Chelsea's calves, and when they're good, they're mine. All right, so I'm gonna run down there and help her, and then we're gonna go run to the store. All right, so we're over here at the other end. You can see Chelsea's way over there. She's about to go turn the power back on. So I've got my fence charger tester. And I've got the probe in the ground. I'll have to show you, but we found a really gnarly splice from the manufacturer, and I suspect that's probably what was causing our issues. Hopefully we will have resolved it. She's gonna call me here in a minute, and hopefully we'll be able to get this fixed and be done with this, because I got other things to do than mess around with a fence that I only need for a few days. The voltage, or not the voltage, but the charger unit that we have is good for 5 miles. Hey. Hello? Hello?
Hey, you ready?
Do it.
You're live.
I'm only seeing 3,000. Okay, we need to go back to, all right, so I have exhausted all of my troubleshooting on this. We tested both the wires independently. They're both good. We connect them and I lose voltage. I lose half. We came and checked all of the pigtails to see if they were maybe shorting out or something. Let me see if I can turn out that wind for you. And they were all fine. I checked the insulator, I checked it off the insulator, I checked it on the handle and off the handle. I have no idea. This charger is good for 5 miles. I've got 7,000 volts on my first wire, which is like 1,800 feet, 1,500. I don't know. I don't know if it's because the ground's too moist or not moist enough or what. So we're gonna go and look on the forums and see if we can find anything. And once I figure this out, I will let you guys know and we'll go from there. But otherwise, appreciate you all watching, and like and subscribe if you want to, and we'll check y'all out later. Bye.